Hello, guys.
Hey,
How is everyone? Looks like we got 8 folks here. Just waiting for Chris to get all his ducks in a row.
you ain't gotta wait on me.
Sitting here with 1 minute to start, and he was like, I got to turn the air conditioner down. I got to take the garbage out. And then he saw somebody outside. Hey, R. Jones. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Grandma's Homemade. Oh, I just lost 2 people. Where'd y'all go? I know I ain't said anything already. Hey, Debbie Phillips. What the world? Speaking of losing people, I am down to 69.58. I kid you not. Where them people went? I don't know. Do you know?
Well, absolutely not.
I don't know where they went.
It'll be all right.
I mean, because I was up to what? What was I was let's see, let me see what that says. Let's see, 69.58. I think I was up to 69.77.
I don't know.
Yeah.
70, I know.
And then these people just left. They just left. They gone.
They gone.
Hey, JC. I'm glad you could be here too. How's our little lady? Is it you, Debbie, with the eye surgery? Are you recovered? Is it Debbie Phillips?
I thought it was Charlotte. I may be wrong.
Charlotte. We was praying for Charlotte for her apartments. YouTube will sometime. Yeah, they got to. Charlotte, I think, is or was it Sandra? It was Sandra who was
Yeah, that's
having.
me.
Debbie was having the eye surgery. Sandra was having the apartment issue, the housing issue. Well, I hope everybody had a good week. Y'all, I am doing that what we eat in a week. 3 meals in a row, I had the same thing. And he skipped lunch today. Are you still blurry? But you can still hear us, right, Debbie? How's it going? Well, I hope I remember to do tomorrow
What's tomorrow?
what we eat in a week.
Oh, let's go.
LOL, me too. Ice chips. That's right, JC. I didn't know if it was out. Okay, yeah. Yes, I can see in here. Hey, Allison. Uh, in my what we eat in a week, I mentioned Allison. Allison, it was good. How was your Easter? Set a reminder. Yeah, I need to do that. Set a reminder on the phone. And Chris and I were like, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about? And something to come up. We got 17 people on. All right. Did y'all tell your friends? Your family? You awful quiet.
I'm trying to see what this stuff is right here on my face.
Wrinkles.
Wrinkles.
Isn't that wrinkles? What?
I don't know. It's probably squinting my eyes on the roof today.
Oh, just throwing this out there. Just throwing it out there. It's available. All of my books are available. Now I do have the other ones addressed, packaged, but you remember my car was confused last week, and I forgot to give them to Chris this morning to take them to the post office. Remind me to give them to you in the morning because my car is still confused. Easter we celebrated 65. Well, you're Chris's age, aren't you? 65?
No.
What are you?
64?
You'll be 65 this year.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. You know, when I turned 40, that was no big deal to me. I was happy. I was happy in my skin at 40. When I turned 50, it was all right. But this turning 60, I don't know. I mean, it's just like someone flipped a switch and now I am old. I mean, 60 is old, isn't it? Allison isn't 60 old.
According to you asked.
Yeah, I get to interact more tonight. Last couple of weeks, I had to listen as I was driving home. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Rhonda. Let's see. 65 is the new 50. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. There was something about turning 60. I don't know. All during my 50s, I was good. But I turned that 60 and I don't know, that's like Medicare old. That's just old. you
65 is Medicare, right?
Well, yeah. Yeah. Retirement 65 is retirement for some people, not us. Not unless we win the lottery or my subscriber count goes up like
by a million.
By a million. Y'all know a million people? Let's see. How I feel. I'll be 52 and my oldest grandson just turned. Wow. You got a 15-year-old I don't have a 15-year-old grandson. Hey, cheapskate. How are you? Wow, my oldest is 5. She's 5. Her driver goes to same church we go to. And, now a lot of times Chris and I will do the online service. We just like it. But sometimes we'll go to the campus and we went yesterday to the campus and Junie knew her driver was there. Oh, that's right, R. Jones. You have 14 grandchildren.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. We'd have to start in January, one or two a month Christmas presents for the next year. Let's see. My mother worked until 74 and retired to get married. Wow. I don't know. You never say never, and you don't know what the future's going to bring, but God's always there. He's always there ahead of you. But I just don't ever see myself getting married again.
You have to kill me all first, huh?
Yeah. I'll be a widow before I'll be a divorced.
Y'all heard that.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's going on your permanent record.
That's going on my permanent record. Y'all forget I said that. I just don't think. I don't think I could ever love somebody like I love you. I don't think I could ever do that. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. My back is killing me, so I took Tylenol P and fall asleep. Cheapskate, we have packed so much medication in our little to-go, our carry-on, that it is guaranteed that the dog sniffing K9 is going to stop by me and Cindy. They're going to alert to our bag. We got the prescriptions for them, but they're going to alert to our bag. Because I can't get on that plane. I can't get on that cruise. Especially now that I know that Alaska keeps having little earthquakes and that volcano is about to erupt. I'm telling you, the minute our captain says you can now take off your seatbelts and we're up in the air, that thing's going to be percolating. Let's see. Need Alka-Seltzer. I can't take it anymore. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, I remember my dad used to, those little pills that you pack, open them up and you drop them in, it goes shh. I've never had one of those. Have you ever had an Alka-Seltzer?
Yeah, but it's a long time.
I've never had one of those. Is it like for like a Tums? It's like take the place of Tums?
I think it's for a headache.
Alka-Seltzer's for a headache?
Maybe stomach. I don't think people ever said taking was for a hangover.
Just turned 2 weeks old and I have one that's doing, oh, wow. Wow. I can't imagine having 14 grand youngins. I would love them all.
Did she just say she had 14 and it just turned 2?
They have one that just turned 2 weeks old and grandchild.
Oh.
And then they have another one that's due in August.
I thought she said she had 14 and they was under 2. I was like, wait a minute.
Cindy said, plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. And you know something else I've never had is one of those BC powder things. I don't know if I could swallow that.
I have had one of them.
Don't that just like dry out your mouth instantly?
No. It ain't good for you, I don't think. I think they really pretty bad for you. I'm not sure.
Now, the BC powder that's for like headaches, right?
Yeah, I used to work for us, did them all the time.
Wait just a minute. Your birthday's today, Cindy? Where did I miss that? BC powder is nasty. It's a crushed aspirin. I remember when I was back in nursing school, this person came in, was having a heart attack, and we were just brand new. I mean, we were like the first time in the hospital, and a patient came in having a heart attack, and it ain't never taken me so long to crush up a pill. I was crushing up 2 aspirin to stick under his tongue. That was what the nurse told me to do. She said,
Really?
yeah. And I was like, crush, crush, crush. Don't make me nervous. Don't make me nervous. Hurry up, Vicky. Hurry up, Vicky. Like, well, that's just going to make me more nervous. I don't want to be a nurse. Here, you do it. But I don't know. What did you have for dinner? Okay, Debbie said, imagine having 14 grandbabies in your bed. I don't know what it is about my bed. When the kids used to take naps, when I'd pick them up from school and they were taking naps, it was whoever got in my bed first got to pick the cartoon, because we watched like a 5-minute cartoon before I'd turn the lights out and we'd go take a nap. And they just, for some reason, just love it. Now they have to beat each other to the room just to get in there to sit down and watch. They just love going into the room and watching cartoons in my bed.
Get on pop side.
Let's see. What did you have for dinner? I had hamburgers and waffle fries with applesauce and some crackers. Katie Ponder, why do friends give you a special nickname? Let's see. What was I going to say?
You didn't tell them what you had for supper.
Oh, for supper, I did poppy seed chicken. And I did a video already of it, but never had them all here at once. They're scattered around. Wow. We used to have, I don't know how many first cousins I got, but I had a bunch growing up, and me, Billy, Terry, Tony, and Debbie were the youngest of the grandchildren. Now I had first cousins that they were married and had kids too. Like my grandmother, is that a cough or a sneeze?
Cough.
My grandmother was having babies when her oldest started having babies.
Really?
Yeah. I think they're about the same age, Daddy and Sonny. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Let's see, my niece's birthday. That's my niece's birthday too, Cindy. I'm going to go back up there. Where did I miss that Cindy had a birthday? Oh, my birthday was the 18th. I may have known that. Did I know that already? I don't remember. Yeah, I have an uncle that's only 2 years older than me. Oh, wow. Let's see. This is my book. It's got my name in it. It's an old book. And apparently, this was in my Aunt Christine's stuff. My cousin Cindy gave it to me. And apparently, I had written my name in it. And then my sister had written no. And then my mother, I believe, wrote Terry's name in it. My book. Wait, there it is. Y'all see that? That was my book.
Nope.
My sister wrote no, and my mother wrote Terry Perkins in there. We see who has the book now.
Mm-mm-mm.
Let's see what we can talk about. Now, this was Clifford's Breakfast on the Beach. This was yesterday's. He made this for for Chris.
For Pop.
For Pop.
He wants to go fishing.
He wants to go fishing so bad. Let's see. Now, this was Juniper's. Hers is 3D. She made a little fire. Hers. See that little fire? It's 3D.
They had to cook on the beach, I
Yeah.
guess, huh?
Yeah.
That was when Jesus met the disciples, and I'm assuming after
yeah.
he arose.
Yeah. This was yesterday. Let's see. I have always loved Curious George. Let's see. I may send a picture of it to my sister. Let's see. I'm really enjoying Along Came Juniper. Oh, Cindy, I'm so glad. Let's see. Juniper is she really is. She is very, and I don't know if y'all saw that video. She has, y'all, I'm telling you, since she was 2 years old, she could read things. But you asked her to read something and she will not. And she doesn't think Rebecca is qualified to teach her how to read. She says, "No, Mommy, you're not a teacher." And
she teaches teachers.
Rebecca teaches teachers now. But she says, "No, Mommy, you're not the teacher. You're not my teacher." But now, the other day, Juniper did let her help her do something. And Juniper is just sounding out letters and making the words.
She's been reading that.
Beer for Chris. Cindy, he's going to need it.
I probably will.
He's going to need it. Oh my gosh, thank you, Cindy. I ain't joking. Cindy and I were talking about, now I don't like to fish, and the fishing boat for these salmon is a little boat, and it will hold the captain, the guide, Cindy, Chris, and BC. And it does not have a bathroom. So I am not going. One, I don't want to go.
That's
fishing.
The main thing.
And two, there's not a bathroom. And can you imagine how mad they would be about, Chris would need a beer. In fact, Cindy would probably, and she don't drink beer. She don't drink. And if I had to stop them every, 30 minutes, I got to go tinkle. They'd throw me overboard. But I am going to stay in my room. So I think the cabin, the excursion's going to start at 12:30. So we will eat at 11.
And you're going to go hibernate.
And then I'm going to the room, and I'm going to stay in the room. And I'm not opening that balcony door. I don't want no wind to suck me out and nobody there to know what happened to me. I'm not going to wander in the halls either. There's crazy people in this world. Yeah, I am going to take a nap. And I'm going to take my laptop, and I'm going to write. That, hopefully I'll be able to write. And I will do some, because I plan on doing a vlog. Yeah, a vlog about our trip. And I probably will do, I don't know if I'll do each day one of them,
I thought you didn't have internet.
Well, we do have internet in the towns. In Alaska, we do have internet. I'll have it, my phone, just like it is here. And I'll probably I could send it to Rebecca, or I could send it to my WeVideo or whatever and let Rebecca post it. You can read some more chapters of your books. Clifford and Pop go fishing. Yes. Yes.
Oh, he's been fishing. He loves to fish, but he's a little wild.
Hey, Charla. I'm so glad you're here. So glad to have you here. Oh, we got 20 people here. Let's see. Nothing else can record it. Nothing else. You can record it and just put out the videos when you get home. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I wonder if we can do a live stream from Alaska.
I don't know why you couldn't. If you got internet. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think we can do a live stream. Would y'all like for me to do a live stream from Alaska? Yeah.
I might get that beer then, you know.
You'll see, Chris.
Woo!
Woo-hoo.
Dancing.
Oh, let's see what else. Oh, I was going to show you some things that Elon has made. Glass blowing. Y'all, he is very talented. I hope the dust does not show up on it.
Where'd the dust come from?
I don't know. I don't know why my house has dust. Look, he made this one. It's a little candy
Call
dish.
it a clam or something.
What candy dish?
Oh, you need to get it away from me. You know
I
I'm
know.
gonna break it.
And pumpkins.
That's pretty cool.
This stuff here, it sells in the art gallery at that place, the glass blowing place, and that stuff is expensive.
I think the raw material is expensive for
Yeah.
the glass
Yeah.
and the coloring and stuff.
Let's see. Vicky, tell everyone how you and Rebecca got in trouble at Debbie. Okay, let me tell you. Now, I don't know how we missed it, but at the end of the program, the director of the preschool said, okay, everyone, if you'll remain seated until all of the little kindergartners have left the room, and you can go to the fellowship hall and get them. And I kid you not, them little kids started beelining out of there. And you know what Rebecca and I did? Stand up. We were the only two people standing up because it registered.
Well, not
No,
well.
nobody stand up, but it didn't register. I mean, I heard it, but it didn't register. And I'd like to say that I was following Rebecca's lead, but I think we did it at the same time. I don't know. But the crazy part about it is there's what, like 100 people in there, 100 adults in there, and me and Rebecca are the only ones standing. And Rebecca's headmaster from the school that she works for saw us. They caught it. He come over there and he said, y'all can't follow directions. I was so embarrassed. Rebecca was just horrified.
Oh.
Yeah. Y'all can't follow directions.
Mm-mm-mm.
No, we can't. We can't. But the crazy thing is, Rebecca and I are rule followers. I am more rule follower than she is. She will venture out sometimes. I am a rule follower. I don't know why I stood up. I don't know. I don't know. I think Rebecca stood up. I stood up.
Maybe you're just a follower.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So let's see. It is, it's almost 7 o'clock. I will look at my notes here. Okay. We thought of some more things to share with you. Can you see it? Want me to put it right here? Yeah, I got my little notes on my phone. You know, JC, Bayless happenings all the time. Thank you, Cheapskate. Juniper loves to dance. Absolutely loves to dance. Let's see. I don't want to miss anything. It's hard. It's easy to miss things around here, isn't it? Okay. Now, getting back to one of Chris's work stories that we didn't tell last week. I don't think we told it. If we did, let me
I
know.
don't think I did.
I think we thought about it afterwards. Where's my purse? Oh, I need some lipstick. Okay, you said it up. Now there was a restaurant that we went to all the time because it was Mr. Nestor's, Ernest's. It was his, I guess, favorite restaurant to go to.
Well,
That
at
Mexican
the time,
kitchen.
there wasn't a lot of diners,
Yeah.
and
This is when Eli was little, and actually, this may have been before Eli. Was it?
I don't know.
I don't remember. Anyway,
Anyway, we was eating lunch.
at this
Yeah.
little cafe called Burkett's.
Mr. Nestor, he was like my mentor, whatever you want to call it. We worked together almost daily. We had separate businesses, but anyway, we was getting ready to leave. Got through with lunch, and Mr. Burkett, who also owned the radiator shop behind there, he was a character in himself. But anyway, he walked up to me and Ernest. He said, "Ernest, will you go back there? Can you go back there and fix my water heater for the kitchen?" Ernest said, "Chris can."
Chris will do it.
I said, "Okay." So, Ernest said, "I'm going to go get the parts and I'll meet you wherever we was going." So, all right.
On the next job, wherever y'all were going.
So anyway, I go back there and, there's like 3 cooks back there and had the screen door going outside, for the fresh air but anyway, the water heater was over in the corner. An old gas water heater. I worked on 1,000 of them. And anyway, I look and it's valves turned off, so there's no gas in it, So I turned the valve on and put it to pilot like you light it. When I lit it, it exploded around me and balls of fire shot around me. Well, these 3 elderly
Cooks.
had been sampling their food a lot, and they was big girls. They run over me going out that screen door
To get out of the kitchen.
and I'm putting myself out. I got burnt half my beard off or whatever, and
His
The
pretty
cat.
little eyebrows.
they have a cap on the vent, that where rain won't go down.
See, they can't see your.
The cap goes on the vent, it goes out the roof, keeps rainwater from going down in the water heater. It blew it 40, 50 feet. Well, about that time, though, Mr. Burkett come in there and he said, I didn't tell you I'd been messing with that main gas valve. He took it apart. What? We don't even take them apart. We just replace them because, there's 1,000 little springs and gizmos. Well, now's a good time to tell me after I near about blew this kitchen off,
It's like, Vicky, almost blew myself up over here. Yeah.
Then I got trampled. Women trying to get out of the.
By the 3 healthy girls.
I'm laying on the floor, putting myself out, and they running over me.
But you had that burnt hair smell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so I just went and got a new valve and put it on there, and fixed it and went on. I met Ernest. He got the biggest laugh. Ernest was the greatest guy you ever want to meet. But if you get hurt, he's trying to help you, but he's going to laugh, fall out. He may be on the ground laughing, but he's trying to. He don't mean to. It just happens. Oh, but that was something. But anyway, the water heater locked got me, and I've worked on thousands of them, and that's normally not what we do. We do. Years ago, we had to work on more of them because there seem to be more gas ones than there are now. Most of them now are electric, so it's not a big deal. But the old gas ones, we did work on them.
We ate at this place once a week.
Yep.
And it was cheap. It was
Well, it wasn't cheap, but it was reasonable.
Yeah, it wasn't like high dollar.
It
It
was
was
good
just a little
food.
cafe. Like you have a blue plate special, like you would have.
That's where all the workers went.
Yeah, like mashed potatoes and meatloaf, mashed potatoes and beans, in a roll or cornbread. It was, that kind of thing. Well,
Yeah.
Eli and Rebecca, Eli more than Rebecca. When, you know, if I'd meet Chris in town, we would eat there. And, you know, Eli he was a toddler, like toddlers are. And sometimes he couldn't sit still. You get that from his daddy. And I looked up, he was sitting over there by his dad, and I was sitting across from them. And I look up, and Eli is messy. He's got mashed potatoes or gravy all over his hands, whatever. And I look up, and the man behind us, behind Chris, has a tiny handprint of like mashed potatoes and gravy on the back of his suit.
3 feet 2. He's probably the banker from down the street.
Yeah, I mean, bankers and lawyers, they would all, because it was just a little diner downtown. And I was like, I would like to deny that my child did that, but it looks to be my child's handprint.
He's still got it on his hands.
Yeah, because he still got it on his hands, and now it's on the back of that man's suit. And I was like, what do we do? You know, we do nothing. We just check, please.
Let him go on back to the bank.
Check, please. Let somebody else tell him about the mashed potatoes and gravy on the back of his nice suit. Yeah, I don't know who it was, but it was somebody that was a professional person. Yeah. Goodness, but I miss that place. Now it's a Thai restaurant. Yeah. Now
my kids love it, and it's okay.
There's one thing I'll eat in there. Now I did eat their pork chop one time. Whoa, that was good. But that was like one of the, I guess, higher end items. But I do like their chicken fried rice, but not enough to go. We only go when it's like Eli's birthday, and that's what he picks, because they get to pick where they want to go for their birthday.
Yeah.
Was it Saturday night we went to Cindy's, and on the way home from Cindy's, now it's what, 9-ish on the way home. And as we're going down this little, 2-lane road to go out to the highway, there's a cemetery. We come up on a cemetery, a church and a cemetery on the right-hand side. So it's on my side. Chris is driving, so it's on my side. And I said, oh, Chris, there is people with flashlights walking around the cemetery. Now, being the sharp investigative mind that I have, I knew they were vandalizing those tombstones. So I called Cindy. And by this time, there's somebody behind us that had come up behind us. And of course, they got the bright lights and
the blue lights, new blue lights.
And Chris can't find a place to turn around to go back. And I called Cindy. I said, Cindy, you know that church up here by the community center on the right-hand side on the way out? I said, there's people in the cemetery. They got flashlights in the cemetery. I bet they're, destroying the headstones. And of course, they're vandals. So we get up and we finally find a place that we could turn around and get out of that car behind us was like pushing us. So we turn around, we go back, and I'm talking to Cindy the whole way. Okay, now we're up here where RJ lives. Okay, now we're at the community center. Okay, we made it to the church. And then there's a little road that turns right there at the cemetery so I could get a better view of these suspects. And I have you know what that was? I ain't never heard of this. It was those solar power lights that come on at night.
On the graveside. On
this graveside.
I've never heard of that.
They got it lit up. Yeah.
Trying to see the light.
I don't know. JC.
Find the light.
JC, you're not gonna find me in a cemetery at night. If you see me in a cemetery, then I am running from the devil himself. I'm literally having to run through. It'd be Bigfoot, some space alien, the devil himself, because I ain't casually strolling through no cemetery at night. I don't even like to go out at night. I don't like to go out at night, which is, put a damper on my wanting to be a DEA investigator. I'd have to tell them sooner or later that, well, I want to wear a badge and a gun, but I am scared of the dark. So is that gonna hinder? Yeah, it does. Believe it or not, it does. It does. Let's see. But they love it. They have those mystery haunted houses tours and all that kind of stuff. I know we went to where was that? Nashville, and we went through that haunted house thing. And who was it trying to get inside my skin behind me? Was it Cindy or Rebecca?
One of them.
It may be a Cindy, because I ain't doing scary. I ain't doing scary. In fact, everybody knows, if you come to my house, don't you sneak up on my house and try to scare me, because I will shoot. I will shoot. So they know to call. Rebecca will say, "Mom, we're coming. We're coming. We're fixing to knock on the door." And then Eli, "Hey, Mom, I'm coming in." And my daughter went on a ghost thing with the TAPS group. What's the TAPS group? My daughter put solar lights around my husband's grave. They took them down. Well, they probably got too many 911 calls, Cindy, because I was about to report. I am so glad I did not dial 911. I was protecting everybody out there. Let's see. We have solar lights on my granddaughters. Oh, we promised her she'd never. Debbie. Oh.
I just never seen them before.
Lost my train of thought. We got to get out of the cemetery. Let's go on something else. Let's go on something else. Speaking of, hey, my wild home. Hey, Ryan got that porch built yet? That deck. It's the deck. He's been working on the deck.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Let's see. What was I telling you? Oh, speaking of misidentifying people.
Misidentifying, yeah.
Canada votes tonight. Oh, okay. Hey, we're coming to Canada. We're coming to Canada. Mind if we stop by? Oh, Ryan has finished the deck. They're the ones on the island.
Right,
Okay,
right.
okay. Yeah, my Melly, we are going to fly into Anchorage, and then we're going to take a cruise on back down. And some of that way we're going into Canada, because I had to have a passport. Oh, in her clothes and Castor, bless it. Bless it. We I'm not sure how far away you are from Anchorage, Melody. But if that volcano Mount Spur, if it starts spewing, we're gonna find somewhere to stay. I'll knock on somebody's door. I'm gonna get on one of these homesteading people. Can we come? I'll knock on the door. That thing's going off. We're gonna need to stay a little while. We are very, very, very far from Anchorage. Oh, okay. What is the route? It is, I know we do Ketchikan, Icy Strait.
I have no idea. Where do we end up? Washington?
Let me see here. Hang on just a minute. I'll tell you where we're going. I think Ketchikan's the last one. I think it's the last one. Okay, we're gonna start in Whittaker, and going to Hubbard Glacier, Icy Point, Juneau, Skagway, Ketchikan.
Skagway's where we're riding the train.
And then Vancouver, British Columbia. Any of that near you? I'm telling you, I keep laughing, and Cindy keeps laughing about this. We're preparing for everything. Cindy and I will probably be the only passengers on the plane that has a hazmat suit, goggles, and a N95 mask, because we're preparing for that Mount Spur to erupt just as soon as we land in Alaska. It's waiting on us. Y'all ain't got to worry about it till we get there.
It's not Murphy's Law, it's Bayless Law.
It's Bayless Law.
Mhm.
It is Bayless Law. I'm telling you, to us, our
Vancouver's-
home base, 1 hour and 35 minutes ferry ride. Oh, no. By this time we get to Vancouver, I'll be out of Xanax pills, so I won't be able to go on another boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all say a prayer for me. This is going to be a long trip.
Yeah, because Cindy and I both are scared of the airplane. And wait a minute. And I've never been on a cruise ship before. So I don't know. You aren't going to Victoria? I don't think so. Let's see. There's a few Alaska tubers not far from the volcano. Yes, I think that there's one. I can't recall her name. My goodness. Her husband's name, Aaron. Oh, I can't think of her name.
That's the one that's building the pins for the under the house.
No, that is oh my goodness. I've lost names. I watch them every day. They like family. I just can't remember who they are. Let's see. I've always been terrified to fly. Just have to sometimes. Yes, exactly. Okay, now let me get to mistaken identity. I am prone to mistaken identity.
Very prone.
I mean, all the time. And
I
there's
don't know how many people go tell them that's so and so. And
Yeah.
I go across the restaurant or whatever. That ain't them.
that ain't them. That ain't them. But I one time my brother and I, now we rode to junior college together because he was 2 years in school under me, but only 16 months in age. So, I was still going to the junior college when he started the junior college. And sometimes we'd take my car and then sometimes we'd take his truck. Now he had an old truck that was standard, and it was a very, very antique old type truck that him and my dad fixed up. And it was like one of those big steering wheels that you'd have to turn.
No power steering.
Yeah, no power steering. So on the way, now it was kind of raining, and we were going down the highway, and I saw my cousin Tony on the side of the road. Now I don't know why my cousin Tony would be 4 counties over on the side of the road, but he was. And so we go up. Now Bill's truck cannot make a U-turn on this tiny highway, so we go off into the we go off the road
In the medium.
because it's rainy and slippery, and he has a hard time turning because there's no power steering, and we turn that thing around and we go back. Now I'm rolling down the window, and it's not a power window. You have to really work at it. I'm rolling it down, and we get right there. And cousin Tony is right here in my face. Well, this was not cousin Tony, but he thought we were there to pick him up. He was a wandering hobo. He's probably, escaped prison somewhere because he really looked rough. Didn't look like cousin Tony anymore. So I'm going, go Billy, go Billy. We're going to pick up, he's going to kill us all. So I'm looking at him, and we're just going on by. And Billy has to go back up. Now, the most embarrassing part, if there's more than one, we have to try to turn around on that highway again, go off and slide down the hill, and he has to power it back up.
I'm sure he was happy.
My brother was not happy with me. He was not happy. So then we had to pass that man for the 3rd time. Then it got to look like we were the predator. Like we were stalking this
then
man
he's running
out.
from y'all.
Yeah, then he's kind of getting, like, they're crazy. They fixed to kidnap me. And I'm thinking, well, he's probably escaped from prison. Why did I do this? Yeah, so needless to say, I do that all the time. I'm not joking. Y'all come on over here and sit with us. And I say, Chris, get up, move up. And it's nobody we don't know. And it's like, oh, I thought y'all was so and so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know one time we were at a Christmas party and we saw somebody we both knew. We went to church with him. He was in our Sunday school class. He didn't come all the time. Of course, it's okay to miss a Sunday school class. So, and I didn't say that if my preacher was listening. But anyway, we knew this person. We knew it. And we went up there, we shook her hand, and he acted like he didn't know us.
Because he had a different.
Because he wasn't with his wife.
A lady friend that wasn't his wife.
Like, dude.
And he absolutely lied to me and you, like he didn't know who we were.
Yeah, he didn't know. Of course, now if I was stepping out on my spouse and showed up at a Christmas party with them and walked right into people in the Sunday school class, it's not like we come up and said, y'all got divorced, or is this one on the side? We didn't do any of that. We just said, hey, we're Chris and Vicky from First Baptist. I'd never been there. I looked at Chris and Chris looked at me. It's like,
well,
are you sure you didn't sit beside us on the second seat just the other day? No, I ain't never been there. And we was like, okay, how do you recover from that?
I just blew it off. I'm like, well,
one of us is lying in here, and it ain't Chris and Vicky.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever. Yeah. It didn't really bother me. It made you kind of mad, didn't it?
What are you making us at? And we look like liars right there in front of everybody. No, I ain't never been there. Yeah, you have. But anyway. Yeah. Oh, I want to tell you a story about something that we did.
Uh-oh. I don't know what this is going.
Cousin Cindy. Now, Cousin Cindy had a Noah's Ark. I'm kidding you not. She had a petting zoo, and she had camels. She had a camel and zebra and a wallaroo and alpacas and pigs and miniature cows and
miniature goat.
Oh, and then she had two of those cows that had those huge, humongous horns. I mean, the horns were taller than me.
Yeah.
And
African. I can't remember the name right now.
I don't remember the name of
it.
But anyway, so and they would load it up. They love to take those little animals and the babies and stuff and go to the special needs camps and to the classrooms and stuff, because it was just a ministry for them to do that, and they loved it. It was a lot of work, but they loved it. And I remember one time she said, y'all want to go with us to, I found some pigs, some such and such pigs, and y'all want to go with us and get them. Now keep in mind, we carry pew-pews. We're licensed. And of course, this was years and years ago. I ain't even going to tell you the county or the state it was in. And
a bunch of states from him.
But all four of us are licensed to carry. And so anyway, we get in the car and we don't know these people. It's one of those things where Highland cows, was it Highland cows?
No, it's the African cows. Watusis.
Watusis, okay. Like my mom, who used to congratulate people who remind me to say a story about that, about false pregnancy. So anyway, we get in the car or the truck, and we've got the trailer, the cattle trailer on the back, and we set out to this state. And it was a long way away from here to get these special kind of pigs to add to their, what I call Noah's Ark farm. And we're on the highway. We're on the interstate, and we get to the highway, and then we get to the 2-lane, and then we get to the dirt gravel road, and then we get to a pig trail. Now,
well, that's a little road.
It's a little bitty
No, it
road.
wasn't really a pig trail, but that's what we call
Yeah.
it.
If you make it there, chances are you're supposed to be visiting the person who's on that road.
Yeah, there wasn't any other reason to go there.
Yeah. So anyway, when we hit that gravel road, that's when we lost cell phone service.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm telling Cindy, no one knows where we're at because I am her backup person. If she's going somewhere scary, she texts me. I know where her little dot is on the map, and I do the same for her. And so, but we're in the church together, and neither one of us have cell phone service. Now we get to what I would call the most scariest farm. Yeah, it's scary. It looked like an abandoned house with, some of the windows boarded up. It got really, really scary. And so we have this big cattle trailer on the back of the truck.
And we're buying a herd of them.
Well, we're buying more than one. We're not buying a herd.
About 7 or 8 of them.
I don't remember. But anyway, Cindy wants you to tell about the miniature cow story. So hold on. Don't go anywhere, Ron.
Right.
Don't go anywhere. So anyway, we have to get out. Now there is not any grass in the yard. It's just dirt and
cluttered.
Broken cars, and
it was rough.
It was rough. It was rough. Just
when I put
dirt.
my pistol in my pocket, it's pretty rough.
So anyway, the guy, we're like, is he coming out? And BC's already thinking, how am I going to turn this thing around? Because that little road was like this. In fact, on the way down, the car was getting beat up by branches, and it was a tiny, 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 tiny road.
And to add to it, these are the weirdest looking pigs you ever seen.
Yeah.
They're called sheep, slang name sheep pigs. They got curly hair like sheep, but they are pig. But I can't remember the name. They're from like Yugoslavia or something. I don't know. It starts with a M. So to add to it, we're looking at the strangest looking pigs you ever seen in your life.
So anyway, nobody wants to get out of the truck first. Chris, you do it. No, you do it, BC. Because, if one of us exits and it turns out to be a trap, 3 of us can back this car out of here. But anyway, I'm getting to it. The man finally comes out. Now he's scary looking. And he comes out. He says, yeah, I got him. Follow me down this road, this little path. It wasn't a road, it's a path. Like a path where like cattle had worn out a little path. Anybody know what I'm talking about? How cows go in the same path and it heads off into the woods. And I said, look, we all huddled together and we're all packing. Maybelle has left my purse. Maybelle is on me. And I told Cindy, I said, look, us 4 and that man's going into these creepy looking dark woods. I guarantee you one of us is coming out, and that's going to be me. Because y'all might beat me, but I'm going to, I know one of us is coming out. It's going to be me. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do when I get out because I can't back that cattle trailer up. But anyway, so we walked past, and it had rained, and it was muddy. And we walked past a hog pen that had 30, 40 hogs in it. A lot.
The funky looking.
And they're looking at us like, supper. And
these are big hogs.
And they're healthy. They're healthy. And I know they locked eyes with me. It's like, she's a healthy one. I called dibs on her. And I mean, I have never seen a pig go.
They popping their lips.
Yeah, it was just like
when they put the test together, they pop their lips.
I really thought, yeah, we're going to disappear and there's not going to be any evidence. So anyway, no, they was all healthy. I ain't never seen such healthy animals. They was healthy. And so anyway, I am last in line because whatever they're going to go through, they're going to go through first, and I'm going to have my options to change my mind and run to the car. So anyway, they get down, and I ain't never seen somebody sling pigs fast enough. Be seeing Christmas slinging pigs, gathering them up, and we finally got out of there. That was a very, very scary adventure. I told Cindy, I said, Cindy, I ain't never going back to this state with y'all again. I don't care if they've got pink elephants. I'm not coming back to this state. That's the scariest I've ever been.
It was spooky looking, you know.
Yeah. And we all got in the car and we were just like quiet for a little bit. And I finally said, did y'all feel like we was fixing to be supper for those hogs? And they was like, yes. Did you see how they were looking at us?
Popping their lip.
Yeah. Y'all still here? Y'all still here? Now, tell Melanie about that.
I know.
That baby, that sweet little baby calf that we bought at the stockyard.
No, you and the kids bought. We had carried cattle to the stockyard. That's what we call it, where you sell your cattle. And I went to get our check or whatever from what we brought. Her and the two kids was still in the arena area where they're selling calves and stuff. And we're just sold a trailer load of calves. We don't need a calf.
But it was a baby. It
I
needed
come
us.
walking back in there and they had just bought a beautiful. I like Hereford cattle because
I love Hereford cattle.
Because she had to check them more than I did when I was at work, and they don't run at you. They're pretty tame. So you wouldn't believe how beautiful this little calf is. I'm like, well, we just sold calves. We don't need another. Well, all right, they done bought it, so we get it loaded up. I mean, the markings, the color,
it was pretty. It's a pretty calf.
And I'm thinking it's really young, because it's short. But I said, well, maybe the mama passed or something, and
won't take her.
Won't take her, but she was past the point that she didn't have to have her mom. We get this thing home, and it's more like a pet by now. By the time we got home, and after they put it in the barn and was feeding it in the stall and stuff.
Melanie, we had to bottle feed that calf 2 or 3 times a day. I mean, set the alarm clock before sun come up.
I knew something wasn't quite right because this thing's not.
It wasn't growing.
It wasn't growing any height, but it was getting wider.
It weighed as much as me.
It looked like one of them pigs we just got. It was just fat.
I mean, you couldn't get through the barn door. It was so fat.
But it wasn't even knee high.
It was knee high. Knee high.
And about a month into it, I finally decided that I was going to tell you. And I decided, well, I've got to tell them because this thing's eating as much as 1,000-pound cow out there.
We can't afford this baby calf anymore.
And he weighs 200 pounds, but he's only this tall. Yeah. I said, this is a dwarf.
A dwarf.
Y'all have bought a dwarf calf. Yeah. And this was way back before. Now that people here have dwarf cattle and dwarf goats as more of a
pet
or
novelty.
Whatever. Novelty is what I said. Yeah. But this was a working cattle farm. We don't need a dwarf calf.
Yeah. Not one that you're going to feed.
But anyway, I finally told her, it's not a dwarf. I said, baby, it is. Yeah, We've had it 2 months, and it's gained maybe 1/4 of an inch height and 3 foot sideways.
Yeah.
It was.
and I'm just going to put it out there. It's much easier to buy a dwarf calf than it is to sell a baby calf that weighs 300 pounds. Much easier.
I don't remember what
I think we took it back to the stockyard.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't know. We didn't.
We didn't make money on that.
We couldn't afford to keep that thing. We couldn't afford that at all.
After about 2 weeks, I'm like, you don't need to bottle feed this thing anymore. It's eating sweet feed and corn and everything else. So it's eating like a grown.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was. Ain't no telling. We thought it was like a month old, but it was probably 6 months old when we got it. And it never got over knee high. I don't even think it was that high.
No.
But anyway, that was something.
We have cameras, and Rebecca has cameras all over, everywhere. And she got an alert. She got a notification today that there was a
vehicle
in Juniper and Cliff's room. A vehicle.
The camera did this.
The camera sent her alert and said, alert, there is a vehicle in the kid's bedroom. Now, I'm going to show you the car in question. Hang on, let me find it. I should have had it drawn up already. Hold on. Can you imagine getting an alert? Modern homestead. Oh, Janice.
Oh, thank you. You don't have to do that.
I love y'all.
Thank y'all.
I love y'all. Well, where is that car in question?
Well, you had it.
I know, but I wanted to do another one. All right, I'll do this one. Becca's going to kill me because the kids' room is a mess.
Let's blow it up.
That's the car in question.
I don't know if you can see it.
The Barbie van. You can see it. See it? The Barbie van. Rebecca was like, oh, and she's trying to get to the cameras and find out who just drove through their house.
I can't believe the camera sent her
The camera found
There's
the car.
a vehicle in your car.
There is a vehicle in such and such room. Love it. Love it. All right, let's see what else we can talk about today. Y'all bored yet?
We've been here an hour or so.
Oh, I got to get these other two.
All right.
Can y'all stay with us a few more minutes? Okay. Mother is an insulin-dependent diabetic, and she has a little bag that she would tote with her. It has everything she possibly needs in case her sugar goes up or sugar goes down. Okay. We took Mother to Key West. Did we go one time or two times with her? Just one time with her? I
don't think
now,
we went once.
this was years ago. I'd say 20 years
15,
ago. Yeah, Eli was
or 16.
16, something like that. Eli was in high school. And
because he drove his truck.
That's right. He drove his truck. So anyway, we took the camper, and the boys got thank you, Charla. The boys took a tent to stay outside in the tent at Key West. But Mother was carrying her bag and her little purse. And we all have tickets to this glass bottom boat out in the, what do you call it? Out in the Keys.
Shows the coral reefs and stuff.
Well, we're 30 minutes before we have to board. And my mother says, Vicki, do you have my bag? No, ma'am. Where you don't have it? Now this bag Mother has to have. This is a life or death bag.
Yeah.
And she said, I thought you got, no, ma'am, I hadn't had your bag. And I said, where did you leave it? She says, well, now, I don't rightly know. Now we have done some walking around Key West, and we had been to the butterfly place. I rented one of those little golf cart things, and took Mother and Rebecca around, and she loved it, absolutely loved it. And we had gone to a restaurant to eat, we'd made several bathroom stops. I don't know. And the clock is ticking. So Chris and I go to backtrack all of Mother's steps. And we're running. Running. Now, Chris was in good shape. I, on the other hand, was not. And I don't know how, I think we had like 2 minutes to make it back to the glass bottom boat because we was about to get left behind. And we found it in the bathroom, still sitting on the counter right where she left it. And then we all the way back, literally like 2 minutes. And we have no oxygen left. We have none, absolutely none. She said, "Oh, there it is." Yes, ma'am. There it is because I went and found it. We can't breathe. We're going, we're whistling. and we have to sit on the back of the boat away from everybody because everybody's like, "Y'all okay? Give us enjoy the glass bottom boat."
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
last story. Now, y'all know I've done book signings all over the place, and I love book signings. We just are too busy to do them at this moment, but I love book signings. And we went to one little place. They have one every year. It's a little fall festival. Oh, Charla! Oh my gosh, we are going to Alaska, aren't we? We are going. Thank you, Charlotte. We love book signings. Now, I love them more than he does, but he goes with me because all these years I have been.
I have to do the math.
Yeah, he has to do the math. I'm not going to lie about that. He has the calculator, and
I collect the money. That's
collects
all
the
I do.
money.
And smile.
Well, and smile. So anyway, we're after all these years of me going to job sites with my black hefty bag, and I'd pick up all the trash and the insulation, and I'd clean up the job sites for him, or I'd run go get lunch, or I'd run go do this, and I did the books, and I did the safety things, all this. He's now helping me, and he's not complaining. Now, I don't know if I've told y'all, but I am a magnet for anybody that believes in UFOs or
the occult.
Just scary people cling to me like a magnet. So we're in there, and I do my spiel. Somebody comes in the tent. We bring our tent, and they come open in. Tent. It's an open tent. There's lots of tents. It's lined up. You have a section of the field, and people come in and they talk and talk and talk and talk, and I do my spiel, and we talk about the books and how did I start writing, and in walks this woman. And I don't mean to judge because everybody's different. I know that, but let me just say, I think she brought demons up in my tent. She was what was that word?
I called her a witch.
No, a seer.
A seer. She called herself a seer. She's seeing visions, but during the same sentence, she's talking about taking mushrooms and everything else. She was just tripping, I think.
I don't know, but she was like, was she talking to people? I can't remember. Was she talking to people?
Remember, there was 3 kinds of angels. The white ones, I don't remember what the other color, and the black one, the dark ones.
Oh no, but
anyway, she kept on talking about the seers, that she sees things that's going to happen in the future and all that.
She literally scared me. I thought she was.
After about 15 minutes, she kept on about to see, and I said, "Well, let's just see since you're a seer, let's see if we can't go right outside this tent.
Let's just see your way out of here." And take your demons with you. Don't you be leaving them in my tent.
You take the white and the dark and whatever color angels with you. She come in. She's asking you about. She wanted to know how do you get a book start.
Hey,
She wanted
y'all.
to do her own book.
Rebecca's
There's
FaceTiming.
Rebecca. Yeah, we fixing to be.
We're not finished yet. Where are you? I don't see you. Where are you?
Right here, trying to job.
You want you? Oh, JC says hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
Yeah, y'all coming over for some poppy seed chicken?
What?
I'm gonna eat some leftovers tomorrow. I'm just tired right now.
Oh, that's right. You had something at school. I forgot. Yep. Okay, I'll call you back when I get through telling this story.
All right, bye.
Bye. I forgot. She told me she had something at the school. So anyway, I don't know what it was, but I really felt like my tent, there was something in my tent. I don't know. Chris said, can you see your way on out of here?
Since you're a seer,
Can you see your way on out of here? And take whatever you brought in here
No,
with
take
you.
them 3-colored angels out of here.
Take them out of here too. Because we don't want them left behind. And I was like all the way home, I was like, do you think they're still with us? I mean, I literally was scared.
I wasn't, but I think she was just there
I
are
think she
some
was-
people here that
There was,
ingest the mushrooms and see
I
things.
think that's what it was. I don't know.
I think she was just hallucinating, but she was keeping people from coming in your tent.
Well,
They didn't
yeah.
want to see her. I mean, she was all crazy. Actually,
People would start stepping in, and then they would hear about the black angel over my shoulder, and it's like, and then they'd turn around and leave out. It's like,
yeah.
what?
Let's just see you
What?
right on out that tent.
Yeah. Could you go on down there with the little trinkets down there? I think they got cotton candy down there. Take your
Let me
whatever
go.
and go down there. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I am prone to scary people. They come up to me. I don't know. I hope that's
I
not
usually
some
tell
sort
them
of-
to get away from me, but she don't. But
Well, it takes me a little while to realize that I am deep in the conversation before I realize that they want me to jump on the mothership with them.
I pretty much tell them, be gone with yourself, you know.
Yeah, Chris he reads people much better than me. Now I've already talked about kin people and recipes before it really dawns on me. Oh, wait a minute. They want me to go on the mothership.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, did everybody have a good time? I can't think of anything else to say. 22 people. Hey, somebody needs to like it. Hey, y'all make sure you share this. And let's see, did I miss any questions?
I don't know.
Love Monday nights with you. JC, I love you too. Absolutely. Let's see. Yeah, Rebecca, she had something at school today. If they have events at the school, there has to be, I think, 2 administrators or at least 1 administrator there. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But all right, guys. We will see y'all next time. Hey, Dolores, are you just getting here? Girl, you missed it. You missed it. We
Go
about
back
to-
and rewatch it.
We're gonna wrap this up. Let me tell you what you missed. You missed cemeteries, seers,
Dark Angels.
dark angels, scary pigs.
I have to look up what them pigs called and get a picture of them. I'm telling you, they're the craziest looking pigs I ever seen.
Yeah. Needless to say, Dolores, we thought we was gonna be eaten by scary pigs. Yeah, I'm not kidding. They was some healthy looking. They was licking their lips.
Yeah.
Lips. All right, guys. Thank you. The people who gave me and Chris a super chat.
Think?
I'm just, we're so blessed. We're so blessed. Not as X-rated as last week.
I don't know what we said last week. You said that. I don't remember. But anyway,
Yeah,
it's
last
probably
week-
my fault.
No, last week we stepped outside our comfort zone last
Oh,
week.
yeah? Well,
Yeah.
it's probably my fault. I learned that when I got married. See, I'm sorry. And
Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
All right.
I was trying to find the pig, but I don't think I can find
Yeah.
it right now. See y'all next week.
See y'all. Love y'all. Like, subscribe, share. Get my subscriber count back up. Find out what happened to these people. Did I run them
We'll
off?
ask your mama, huh?
Ask your mama.
We'll see y'all.
See y'all next Monday. There'll be some videos coming out, I'm sure. Just a little crazy last week, but it was good. Rhonda said.
Oh, really?
I may have to go. Do I need to go? And
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I don't remember what I always said. Am I going to have to go void that one before Facebook takes me off? Not Facebook, YouTube. All right. Have a good night. Love you guys. Like, subscribe, share, and buy a book.